to put a question mark here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna send. Okay.
Indicating that you're asking something.
Yeah. It's to make it an interrogative. Yeah. That's good.
Sometimes I'll mean to ask a question via text. But what I type out isn't a question, and so sometimes I'll just put a question mark at the end and hope that people get it. It seems to work out most of the time, but
yeah,
Well,
if it works out, I guess.
Yeah, how formal am I supposed to be in text? I know I'm not supposed to sign my name at the end every time, but
I don't know though. See, I don't know if that's a hard and fast rule. Because what if you did that?
Yeah,
and you came off as like a real classy dude.
It could be real classy. I mean, I try to use punctuation to the best of my abilities.
I appreciate it.
But I also hear that comes off rude in text sometimes. Like if you put this, period.
People who think that punctuation is rude are stupid, and it's. I think it's fine to offend them. I think maybe you should even go out of your way to do it.
All right.
It's rude that you put a period to indicate that this was the end of a sentence and you were starting a new thought. No, get fucked. Also, why are you texting like teens? That's like a teenager thing.
Well, I text when appropriate, whether they're teenagers or not. Have I texted a teenager in the last?
No, it super sounds
10
like
years?
you did. It super sounds like you do because you just defended yourself doing it. So
yeah, but I get defensive real easy. I then have to figure out whether or not I've done something.
All right.
Okay. Maybe my nieces or nephews. In the last few years, I've texted them.
Yeah, nice dodge.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. I've avoided learning anything about your family, so I don't know how old they are. So I can't attack you for that either. So
I got plenty of nieces and nephews. Yeah.
Yeah. Well played.
Yeah. They stopped texting as much when they got to be teenagers because, then they got friends and stuff, and then they're too cool.
Yeah.
For Uncle Jeff to be typing out full sentences.
Yeah, well, I hear you get pretty rude in text, putting punctuation in too. So,
yeah. I mean, I have upped my emoji game when I'm typing to indicate my emotions, but
I don't. I mean, it feels like this is going to be just the whole podcast is two men who are acting much older than really they are. But I don't really get emojis, and none of my emotions map to the faces. Mm-hmm. And No, I know there's a blank face that's just I don't feel anything about this subject, but
yeah. Well, I use the embarrassment and the shame one a lot. Laughing, things like that.
I don't feel any of those. Yeah,
but embarrassment and shame are probably in my top. The hand on the face.
I don't. I'm looking. I had my text thing up. I was texting at the beginning. I don't know if you remember that. I don't see.
There's a guy with both his hands in the air at his side, not straight up, but I don't know. I use that one a lot.
Now you have an Apple phone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't.
They call those iPhones. Yeah.
You have an iPhone. Well, I would call it a your phone because I don't have one.
You don't have it, yeah.
Just a little grammar humor for you. We did some punctuation bits earlier. It's just real heavy hitting stuff, Give people what they want.
Give them what they want.
I don't see. I see the only person I see with the hand on. So there's two. There's one that's doing a shushing motion, which I hope you're not texting to teens. There's one with his hand over his mouth, but blushing and with the arched eyes, which I think is laughing. Mm-hmm. And then there's one yawning.
Okay. It's going to be tricky, right? Because there is a Unicode thing to decide what emojis get made, and then all of them adopt it, right?
Yeah.
But they each get to draw their own.
Yeah, they're not identical. You don't need to tell me about Unicode. This guy.
Yeah. So what the people Google hires to, Alphabet hires to say, draw someone who's embarrassed, but make it like real small. So if it's a thing, it's probably going to be way different, So we could talk all day, but none of those emojis, match your emotions, which is, that's fine. I've never been confused by one of your texts.
Yeah, I mean, I sometimes will jokingly use emojis, but I'm not. I think I might start using this yawning one much more. Like, this conversation bores me.
Yeah, it really helps, I find. And I don't know if any one of your emotions in a text would change how I would respond to you in a text.
Yeah, like, the emotions range from, like, I'm bored by this, I don't care about this, I'm a little bit drunk, or let's make fun of this person.
Yeah, because all I have to do is put myself out there a little bit more if I'm not quite sure what you're thinking, and then you just immediately tell me exactly what you're thinking.
Yeah, I don't play games, Jeff.
Yeah, it's freeing and terrifying sometimes, but it's great. It's great. Yeah, I mean, have I done anything else embarrassing via text that I can think of?
Oh, this one's just a big tongue. I don't like that at all.
You don't like a big tongue?
No.
You could get so good at emojis that you could just be responding with emojis.
Yeah, with the yawning face. What you've texted me is boring. Boom, done.
Yeah. And I text back a lot of GIFs as well. Is it GIFs or GIFs? How do you say it?
I don't. It's an internet word. I say Harry Potter moving pictures.
I'll send a lot of those. And I think people sometimes think it's to end a conversation, but it's literally just like, I'm literally just being like, I'm here. I'm having a reaction, but I have nothing to say. Please continue,
Yeah.
But I think some people think I'm just ending it with like just a Harry Potter moving picture done.
Yeah. I do a
conversation over. Yeah.
I do a lot of Lord of the Rings ones, but that's just because a lot of my texts revolve around Lord of the Rings adjacent things. And if they don't, I just don't respond. But I guess from now on, people will be getting the yawning emoji. So,
if only we could get Gimli yawning.
I'm sure there's a Hobbit somewhere yawning. Yeah, I bet Merry or Pippin in one of the going to sleep scenes. Especially in the extended edition, where they have all the stuff with like the extended scenes.
When they're up in that like first like tower thing, ruining before the ring wraiths come. Yeah, I bet they get a little tired.
No, I don't think so. No. Frodo goes to sleep. Frodo goes to sleep, but the others stay up to make food. No, this is integral to the scene. They set a little fire to make dinner, and Frodo wakes up and he's like, "Oh shit, the ring wraiths are going to see," and then they do. It's like you haven't seen the movie. It's
been a while. It's been a while.
Embarrassing for you.
Because they're not good hunters, I would assume, but they want at least 2 breakfasts. I assume lunch, dinner, after dinner. They eat a lot. I don't remember.
You're saying
throw something into a mountain.
The hobbits aren't good hunters.
They seem more like an agricultural nation to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they could trap like a rabbit or something. I don't think they're hunting big game.
Yeah, I guess. I'm looking at Harry Potter moving pictures to see if there's one I can text you of.
Okay. What was the name of the bread that...
Lembas bread?
Yeah, Lembas bread.
They didn't bring it. That was given to them by the elves. God, you gotta rewatch those movies.
Right. Sorry. Hey, welcome to Heads Up with Jeff and Sean. I'm Jeff.
I'm Sean, because in the extended edition, there's the scene when they're leaving Lothlorien, and someone is talking to them about Lembas bread, and then Mary's like, "How many did you eat?" It's like, "Oh, I've already had 4," because the Lembas bread is supposed to be able to like feed a full-grown man for a day.
Oh, okay, and they're like, going ham.
They eat so much because they're hobbits.
Are they denser than other beings? Is that how they can eat so much?
If you're asking about the physics of the Lord of the Rings, I don't think that's going to match up to anything.
Okay, all right.
You're familiar with.
Yeah. And I am.
No, go ahead. No, please.
I am slightly embarrassed because the last version of those movies I watched was the extended versions.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time to put into something to flub up this much about it, you know?
That's all right.
Did you find a Harry Potter moving picture that was
no
to your liking?
Nope. Never sent one.
Okay.
We got to do the podcast now, right?
We got to do the podcast. Yeah, we're doing the podcast. We do 3 things. There's a third thing that happens at the end. The middle thing is usually about movies. The first thing's about animals.
Well, now it's time to get online through our internet service provider. It'll be cool. Here we go.
This year is the year of the snake so far.
Oh,
nailing
yeah.
It.
Forgot about that.
It's all right. It's been a while. Do you know anything about the green anaconda?
I don't. I really don't know anything about snakes in general.
Well, wait till the end of this year. You're going to be like an expert.
I forget most of what we talk about as soon as the podcast recording is over, so
yeah,
probably I won't.
You know, I've learned things. I mean, I'll take them with me to my grave. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Not as like secrets though. Just learn things that. Everybody's learned things that. So it looks like the green anaconda is the heaviest and one of the longest known extant snake species.
Yeah. Yeah, because I realized we'd been doing like a lot of tiny snakes.
Yeah.
I thought let's do a big snake. You know.
Yeah. Let's get a big boy in here.
Yeah. They've been. It's said that they're man eaters. There are reports of it, but it's never been verified. But they apparently can take down stronger prey than humans. So they definitely could eat us.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I think all snakes are dangerous. And it's just best not to tangle, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're not venomous, so they're definitely going to just like bite you and then wrap around and just strangle you or crush you to death. I mean, would you rather go that way, or would you rather have like a neurotoxin just injected into your foot?
That's a great question. I don't know. That's a good would you rather. I don't know, because getting constricted would be like being hugged to death. So that's pretty cool.
You have more time to fight it, but you'll have more time to think about how you can't get out of it and what a failure you are. And if you'd only worked out one time in your life, maybe you would have done this.
Yeah.
Start thinking about other decisions, you know, you made that led to this point.
I wouldn't worry about that too much. I wouldn't really. I don't think I would be that upset by it. I do think maybe the toxin might be faster.
Sometimes, yeah.
So probably that. Whatever's fastest, I guess.
Or to get it over with, you know? Because I think this one still bites you to kind of like grab onto you at first, and then you're still getting like bit. It's a matter of what happens after.
Yeah, it crushes you because it's like one big muscle.
Yeah.
It's the largest snake native to the Americas.
Ooh. 17 feet?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Mostly live in South America, it looks like.
I was reading somewhere that they're asking if they make good pets. And this place was, the answer, I don't know how professional of an answer it was, said yes, but should be someone over 18, and keep in mind that they do get super large. Mm-hmm. And you want to have a reasonable amount of experience working with large constrictors before getting one. But it's kind of like the job market. How do you get experience without having one? You know what I mean?
I mean, maybe you should go out into the wild and like have experience with them out there. Or do you like start? Is there like what's the smallest constrictor snake? Do you start with like the smallest one that like can't kill you? And like you own that and like a dog or a cat, and if you can keep it from like crushing your cat or dog to death, boom.
Yeah, one that can't get around your waist and stuff to like crush you. Like maybe it hurts a couple of fingers if it gets there, but your cat should definitely be worried.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really work your way up. Yeah, I mean, I like that. That's a lot of work, though, because I mean, I don't know how long snakes live, but if you're gonna try to work your way up, I mean, you're either gonna have to keep getting more snakes of larger and larger sizes and keep all of them, or I don't know, maybe sell it to another person who's trying to get into the large snake game.
It's like an apprenticeship program, like,
yeah.
And then after you've got a couple snakes, there's someone younger than you who wants to get into the game. All right, they take on your smallest.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so you got to be like in the know. You got to have like snake people. I assume if you own a snake, you know other snake people. It's like a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people who own exotic, I think of it as like drugs. Mm-hmm. Like Jeff, don't tell the cops, but drugs, they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
tell me more.
Everything about drug culture is a nightmare, especially the people. It's the absolute worst. Mm-hmm. I think it's the same. It's the same with people who hold exotic pets, right? Like, yeah, sure, you might be a snake dude and you know other snake dudes, but that just makes you terrible to talk to because you just want to talk about snakes. Yeah,
it's definitely something like you're not gonna buy and properly maintain a snake without getting so into snakes that you're going to talk about it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, or you become one of those people who makes it like a central point of your personality.
Yeah, instead of getting a personality, it becomes
I own a snake. It's so cool. I feed it live. Mice. I'm so cool.
You go somewhere, you try to fit into a conversation, you're like, this reminds me of the time that I was watching Game of Thrones with my snake.
Yeah.
Oh, your kid does that? Man, my snake does the same thing. Like, I'm trying to sleep in on my day off, But she knows that week, that was the week I'd feed her. She was banging on the glass, looking at me,
That sounds really true to form. Do you know a snake person, Jeff? Because someone talking about like what their kid did, and then like the snake dude being like, "Oh, this reminds me of what my snake did." It's just like my kid is so spot on for what I'm imagining.
I mean, I shared a room with my brother for several years, and he did have a snake. So I was technically roommates with a snake for several years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a community you're close to, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm definitely snake owner adjacent,
Yeah.
I think it was a constrictor, but it was, I would say, it only got about, I would say, 5 feet long, maybe.
Yeah.
Never heavier than like 25 pounds, maybe, tops.
Yeah, you could fight it if you had to.
If I had to, yeah. I mean, another thing I'm too gentle with animals. I can't direct them. Like, somebody had me ride a horse once. The horse just, I thought, it does the same loop. It's a rented horse, basically. They're giving a tour. It's just going to follow. It didn't. And then you got to, like, kick it on its side. I was like, I'm not comfortable with that.
Yeah.
But, you hold the snake, it just moves where it's going to go.
Yeah.
It's not going to just sit in my hands. I can't. Disgusting.
I do not vibe with animals in general.
Yeah.
But especially not ones that are just like, I'm going to do whatever. I was like, well, then I'm actually just going to throw you outside and you're going to stay there.
Yeah.
This is where you belong now.
Go live your life without me. And,
I am not vibing, Snake. I am not vibing with you. You must go outside now.
Oh, shit. These tend to spend most of their lives in or around water. Dang.
Yeah. Not impressed. Dolphins live in water, Yeah. So it's like, what's up? Why even make a note of this unless it's always in water? It's not. I don't care. It's not important.
It says they have the potential to reach high speeds when swimming. Doesn't say how fast, but fast enough to be like creeped out, I guess. Like if you see a snake coming at you in the water, you're like, oof.
Again, it should give a speed though.
That's true. Seems like they hang out just beneath the water surface with their nose sticking up, and then wait for someone to come grab some water, and they just, boom.
That sucks. That's kind of a dick move.
This is a dick move. You eat a wide variety of prey, almost anything they can manage to overpower. I mean, me too, technically, I guess.
Well, it's also like, animals in the wild. Like, it's got to get food. It can't go to the fucking grocery store. Like, it's going to get food where it can.
Yeah. No, it tends to strictly just eat food it can't overpower. It gets the shit beat out of it.
Doesn't it sound like being a scientist is real easy?
Yeah.
It feels like that statement was pretty on the nose. Yeah, it goes after easy prey because it wants to expend as little energy as possible while getting as many calories as it can. Like, that applies to most animals, doesn't it?
Does it help you to know it's pretty fast in the water, Sean? Does that help you to know?
Yeah, this thing's pretty fast in the water. Oh, how fast? Oh, man, I couldn't even... Whoa. Like, you're going to be like, whoa. I'd love to be like, whoa, how fast does it go? Oh, man, I don't even know. It's just like weights, though. It's just like weights near the water.
But it has to. It's like super fast in the water. Like,
yeah, it's so fast. I couldn't even measure.
Females give birth to live young. I just assume all snakes laid eggs, but this is like the second snake we've looked at that like just gives birth to live young. I can't even picture it.
Well, I'm sure there's videos, but
I don't want to see it. I assumed in the Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, during that kind of racist scene when they're at the dinner and there's like monkey brains and they cut open a cooked snake and all the babies come out. I was like, well, I don't know if I can trust this movie. It's definitely inaccurate because snakes lay eggs. Where they hatch and then shove them back in there? No. All kinds of snakes giving birth to live snakes.
They should go back and re-edit that scene to have like a bunch of scrambled eggs pop out. You like cook it and it's just like, all the eggs cook up and
take the shell out. Yeah, but apparently, apologies to Steven Spielberg, some of these snakes are having live babies, so there's wriggling around in there. It does make, I don't know.
That's a good point, Jeff. I guess that scene wasn't racist. Good job. Good job, Jeff.
And monkeys do have brains.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Sorry, Steven Spielberg.
Apologies.
You definitely depicted that culture precisely. Yeah.
Yeah. He did his research. I assumed he hadn't. Great work.
What about this? How about this? Instead, they cut the snake open, and inside they've spent millions of dollars to CGI Tig Notaro in it. Do you get my pop culture reference, Jeff? I learned a thing about it, and I basically saved it to say on this podcast. And that's the time I chose to use it.
Wow.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
Just want you to picture the clapping, but I don't want to do it. But
that's fine.
Just picture it there.
Yeah. Clapping would be bad for the audio medium. Nobody would be able to hear it. So.
Some specimens may be as long as 36 feet, but this is unusual.
Unusual or rare?
It says unusual, but this is nationalzoo.si.edu, so who knows? A large individual anaconda might weigh 1,100 pounds, but usually will top out at a few hundred pounds.
Okay. So just anywhere. Who knows? Are they giant behemoths? Or are they just... We don't know.
Yeah. They could be super, super huge, but mostly they're not.
Yeah. All right, thanks.
Like Andre the Giant and Shaq. Humans could get huge. Mostly they're not.
Mostly not.
Yeah.
Thanks. I wonder how many scientific papers they had to get published for that to be accepted as scientific fact. Oh, hey, whoa. During mating. Oh, they're like little cowboys. Males
they look
make
like little cowboys?
No. During mating, males make use of their spurs to arouse the female.
Oh.
Oh, no, it's all about pressing their cloacal regions.
Yeah. Because how do you get those holes to line up?
I'm not interested at all. I will note we are back in the range of the reproduction section is pretty... It's like... Well, let's see. Distribution and habitat has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sentences. And reproduction has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paragraphs. So...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how much can you say about where a snake lives, how it eats, getting down to the nitty gritty, how it fucks, Wow, they can stay in this position for 2 to 4 weeks.
Are you reading a section about reproduction too?
Yeah.
Whoa. So like that guy, that singer, the gross... What's the singer? He talked about tantric sex.
Oh, Sting.
Was it Sting? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little stings.
The position I'm talking about is a ball, so they're like many males can often find the same female. This results in odd clusters referred to as breeding balls. They can stay in that position for 2 to 4 weeks. It looks like a slow motion wrestling match between males, each one fighting for the opportunity to mate with the female.
Okay. That's weird. We're going to go ahead and change that. I don't want to jump ahead again, but I like the sound of that. I think I've seen some videos of people mimicking that, and it's not... I don't think it's great.
Did you hear about the documentary, like, Tickle, or whatever it was?
Nope.
I keep trying to find somebody who's already seen it to see if it's worth seeing it, but it's about this ring of a tickle fighting ring.
Well, let me stop you right there and just go ahead and say it's not worth watching. Please continue.
But it turns into some giant scam. They use like videos of these guys doing this for something else, and it sounds like it'd be interesting, but I don't know if I can sit through like the first 40 minutes of people getting tricked into like shirtless tickle fighting. Like clubs. I don't know.
There's so many things out there to watch, Jeff. Just go ahead and stay away. Doesn't seem like it's really worth your time.
But, I mean, depending on how it's made and what happens, it could be amazing, right?
No. No, probably not.
All right. I'll stay away, but...
But what?
Just saying it could be amazing. I don't know. It could be hilarious. Could be shocking. I don't know. I'm just...
Well, all right. Then you go ahead and watch it. But
I need somebody I trust to have seen it and to either recommend it or tell me to stay away. I can't. I'm just living in a world where I have no information.
You do your thing.
All right.
I don't need to hear about it. So when you watched it, I'm just... Don't
leave you out of it.
Leave me. Mm-hmm. I've already heard enough about a tickle fighting ring.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't say whether these snakes are ticklish during these breeding balls, but
I don't think so, since they're trying to use their spurs to like gently scratch each other. Mm-hmm. So,
can one boa not simply crush another boa or suffocate it to death? Or are they just too muscly?
Well, they're like Andre the Giant. They're very gentle. Even the ones, most of them aren't that big, but maybe they're just very gentle creatures. Other than the parts where they leap out of lakes and rivers to grab people and crush them to death.
Or because like they're both like just long sticks. Like it's just like how do you crush it? I don't know. I feel like if I had tried to just be like a long stick to try to avoid getting crushed by one, it would make it easier for it to crush me, but maybe the trick is to roll into a ball and scratch it with my spurs. So, and, between 2 and 4 weeks later, I might survive.
I guess. I don't...
All right. Next time I ever go hiking, I got to remember to bring spurs just in case.
In case you get into a breeding ball with a bunch of snakes and you want to compete to try to inseminate the female.
Well, not the idea is to get away from the snakes, not to then get romantically close to one after I
don't
escape the other one.
Don't think the snakes are gonna like grab you and pull you in.
Okay.
I think you're gonna be okay.
No, I'm saying like it might try to attack me regularly, but then if I use the balling up as a technique, spurs something something they're used to, try to get out. That was all I was saying.
Okay.
That was it.
Let's remake this thing now then.
All right. I mean, off the bat, it's got to be either it's regular big or super big, like these places are saying. I don't want any in betweens. It's either going to be 1,100 pounds or like 400 pounds.
Yeah.
I don't want that much variation.
Yeah. I think 1,100 is good. That's a nice round number. They're huge.
Huge.
Makes them easy to see too. Oh well, if we're going 0 or 100 on these, then they either live all full time in the water or they don't.
Yeah, I mean that's good. I don't know. I like how it sneaks up and attacks from the water, but it being a snake and not like a fish or like a dolphin or I prefer it live on the land, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. I was gonna say live in the water because I don't think dolphins have to deal with snakes that crush them, and humans do. And that doesn't seem fair, but
yeah, I suppose that's true. But I mean, let these animals drink water in peace. You know what I mean? I feel like it's easier to spot a crocodile or an alligator than a.
So like let's say they live full time on land and they're huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do they eat then?
I think it could eat the same. Anything it can overpower, I think, is fine.
Well, I'd like to get a little bit more specific. I know we're being more exact than scientists, but that's the burden that we took upon ourselves when we became more powerful than God.
I think
and also better at his job.
Yeah, I think anything that doesn't get away when it jumps out of a tree to crush it. You know what I mean? Because that's an easier way to crush. 100 pounds dropping on a deer or something. I
was thinking that too, or like boars.
Yeah.
Or like maybe panthers. Are they South America? I don't remember. They like these things. They take a long time to climb a tree because they're big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then they drop on something, and if the thing that it's dropping on gets away, maybe the snake doesn't eat that week. It's got to climb back up again. But if it does, then it's probably going to break some bones when it hits this creature, and then it's going to wrap around it and crush the life out of it. So
yeah. Just a 1,100 pound sandbag just sitting in a tree.
No.
Waiting to drop. Do we do anything about these mating balls or whatever they're called? What are they called?
Not interested. Doesn't matter to me. That's fine.
Leave however they breed alone. We don't need to get into it.
Yeah,
okay.
They create because they're all huge now. It's like a car-sized ball of snakes just going at it.
Yeah. Rolling down hills.
Yeah, and I just think whatever they do there is their business now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So they're all going to be that big. I mean, should the gestation period be longer? So the live snakes come out bigger?
Well, we could make them lay eggs.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I forgot what power we wield in this segment.
Well, someone's got to do it better than God did, Jeff.
That's
you
true.
know how this works.
Yeah, they're gonna have some.
It's not hard to do better than he did, but we have to hold ourselves accountable. Sorry, you go ahead now.
Right. You're right. They're gonna have to have some pretty hard egg shells. Because they're so heavy. But I'm fine with that.
Well, I was thinking more like kind of leathery, like a football.
Okay.
They have like football-sized eggs.
Oh, okay. I like that.
And maybe they lay them up in trees.
Oh.
They're up there anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe they can have them dangle like coconuts or something.
they'd have to attach them to the tree somehow, like the egg comes out in goo.
Give them some spider silk.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that idea.
Yeah, okay. So they come out with some extra sticky goo and, kind of hangs in the tree and then kind of hardens a little bit. You got to be careful. There's a family of boas out here. You can tell. Look at all their eggs dangling from this tree.
So then when the egg hatches, though, doesn't the snake fall?
I would say that the shell is so thick that when the snake gets to a point where it's ready to hatch,
Where it's done cooking,
it snaps from the tree, and the fall breaks that hard shell. And then
I like that. Yeah, that's good. Like the snake is starting to move around in the egg to break out, and that's Oh, that's good. Mm-hmm. That's good.
Oh yeah.
I bet there's some birds that prey on the newborn snakes, but we'll get to that later when we reinvent whatever species of bird, if we remember.
The problem with snakes is I feel like they're very simple. There's not much to them,
I mean, that's, we can change it. We can add stuff. Let's give the next snake some spider silk and maybe spider legs.
All right, thank you. Gonna be super venomous, super fast, spider silk.
Yeah.
Retractable spider legs.
Camouflage, like chameleon style. They have like chameleon scales, so they can blend in.
Yeah, like Jurassic World, it can be invisible, basically.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we put DNA in it, and that did the thing, we guess.
Yeah, it makes it invisible and cool. It can cool its body temperature, so we can't even see it with the heat.
It can trick humans that are extremely stupid.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I've never been in a park with live dinosaurs, but I got to imagine if I'm that close to even an invisible dinosaur, it's got to smell,
Jeff, but there's scratches on the wall, so we have to open the big door. There's no other way for a human to get in other than this giant door that the dinosaur could escape out from.
Well, we got to open the door. That way when we corral it back in, we don't have to wait to open the door.
Yeah, naturally. We don't have any other way of detecting these dinosaurs than looking through a window at them. So, what are you going to do?
I'm sure in the next sequel they'll add a little flour sprayer that just sprays like cooking flour, in a mist, and then it kind of can land on things. And you'd be like, oh, that's a dinosaur shape.
Yeah, I'm sure. Or they could just look at the ground to see if it's moving. There's big footprint impressions.
Yeah. You just do a whole sweep, see if you trip over anything.
Yeah. Better yet, why don't they just put a cage on top of the container, the enclosure, so it can't climb out? We're not here to reinvent Jurassic Park. But these snakes might fit in if we ever do.
I'm just saying. I mean, I feel like we've improved the shit out of the snake.
I think maybe if it's kind of hydrophobic now.
Okay,
right?
It's afraid of water. Okay.
Well, I was gonna say if you get a substantial amount of water on it, it burns up and melts like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe just salt water though.
Yeah.
Because it rains a lot. I'm assuming where it lives.
Yeah, in South America, it's got to rain, right?
Sure. Seems that way from movies, I guess. And I don't care to check out anymore, so.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay. All right. It's got to stay away from bodies of water. It can get rained on, but it cannot submerge itself in water.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe make the end of its tongue kind of like a spoon then, so it can kind of ladle up more water at a time, so it doesn't get its head in there.
I think it's getting its moisture from the deer and the boars that it kills by smashing down onto them, and then I don't know if it swallows them whole or.
I would assume. Once it crushes it into a nice shape, it just.
That's fine by. Oh yeah, maybe it coils itself up on it to kind of tenderize the meat, right? Once it's killed the thing, it crushes the body piece by piece. Mm-hmm. Oh, these things are pretty metal.
And maybe it's afraid of the water, but it hunts near bodies of water still anyway, because if it's getting all its water from the animals it kills, maybe it's going to try to do it with an animal that's got like a full stomach of water, you know?
I guess.
Squeezes it out from the inside.
I mean, it doesn't strictly, like...
It doesn't have to. I mean, listen, I don't know enough about blood, but it's got to be hydrating, right?
Yeah, I mean, just sort of all sorts of fluids in a body.
Name 4.
Blood. Stomach acid.
Okay.
Sweat.
Sure.
And what is it? Whatever's in your eyeball thing. I guess that's more of a jelly. Cerebrospinal fluid.
Okay. All right.
It's 4.
Yeah, I guess so.
You always should pick a higher number, Jeff. That was so easy.
I don't want to pick so high that it would discourage you from attempting, you know?
Why? Because if they don't attempt, then they've lost immediately. You'll see. I'll do it to you later.
Okay.
All right. No, I think good job. I don't want to... I mean, the egg thing was pretty cool. I like that they're really big.
Like super big.
I think next year maybe we should pick a region. I think that might make it easier. Like we'll pick like a specific ecological space, and then just cycle through the animals there so we can see how they interact. Because that's something we don't do, I guess. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, we'll come back to an animal that might be in the same region and forget about the apex predator we left there already, and so it can't interact well. You know, they got to work together.
Yeah, that's just to see. Because, I mean, we're doing these things kind of, one by one. Mm-hmm. And we're doing a great job. But, just fill out the whole ecosystem. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you're making a lot of sense. I mean...
we'll just try it out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, Maybe that's how Big G did it, and that's why everything sucks. But
yeah,
we'll see. Maybe it's a better way to do it. It can't be worse. It can't be worse.
Can't be worse. No, we're refreshing it, or we're making it new for today's life, These are the animals that need to be here. Sean, for the movie segment, I thought I'd change it up a little bit today, okay?
Okay.
I want you to treat the movie Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, like it's a singular movie that we then have to franchise. Okay, I don't want us to let the other movies influence us that much. Because I can't think. The movie doesn't really speak to me like, oh, that's definitely the course it's going to take. Is that Luke Skywalker is going to, get attacked by Tusken Raiders and meet Obi-Wan Kenobi. And his dad's Darth Vader. There's plenty of places this could go.
Yeah, it'll be really easy to forget about the other movies because they haven't helped define cinema culture for 40 years.
No, those movies are great, and we can pull from them for inspiration. But I'm saying Episode 1, Phantom Menace, almost has almost no connection other than some names to making what made those other movies great. Like when they went back to prequel it, they didn't bother to keep the same aesthetic or anything.
Well, as long as the final trilogy remains exactly the same, because it was so good.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch that final trilogy.
Of course, no,
at all.
You are gonna have to remind me what happened in that movie, though.
I will,
because it feels. But don't take a long time. Give me just the highlights, because I know you're gonna tell me about who says what to who, and I won't remember, and I don't care.
Gotcha. Okay.
There's a trade negotiation going on.
Well, the Trade Federation has set up a blockade over a small planet of Naboo, and the Chancellor has sent 2 negotiators, or Jedi Knights, that were Jedi Knights to negotiate. The Trade Federation gets freaked out that they're Jedis, attempts to kill them. They go to Naboo.
Yeah. Oh no.
run into a Gungan who has a secret society that the Naboo already know about because they already don't like each other.
Wait, okay, so hold on. Let me just... The Jedi, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Obi-Wan, a young Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, who's technically a Padawan learner.
Yeah.
But the opening crawl claims they're two Jedis, and then the Trade Federation thinks they're Jedis.
Well, yeah, he's a Padawan learner, but
yeah,
that means he's a member of the Jedi Order. And it doesn't matter.
Right.
Look, they meet on a space station, right, for the talks, and then their plane gets shot down, and they have to land on Naboo, or...
No, they dock on one of these ships that is part of the barricade for trade, because they're stopping trade in to talk with the Viceroy. And the Viceroy gets freaked out that they're Jedi, tries to kill them, and then they escape because the next step the Trade Federation is doing is an invasion where they send the droid army to occupy the city in Naboo. The city name I don't remember. If it had one or not.
It's like the only one that is shown.
Yeah. So they sneak off the ship into other ships that are going to Naboo to occupy. That's when they run into the Gungans.
So they run into the Gungans, and then they get Jar Jar Binks, and they get a ship, and they go underwater.
Yeah, Jar Jar Binks owes them a life debt. Shows them the city, the Gungan city.
Yeah.
Goes underwater. They kick them back out because they're not going to help the Naboo with the occupation.
Yeah.
So they give them a ship that goes underwater, and then they end up at Naboo.
Boss Hogg doesn't like how his people were treated by the humans. Yeah.
Right. I don't know. He does that thing with his jowls.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, I'm remembering more now of specifically of what you've already covered and nothing that happens later. So how do they get off planet? Do they get off planet?
They do because they go to look and get the queen off the planet so she can talk to the Senate about the invasion and get help.
Now,
by trying to fly away in her ship through the barricade, they damage the ship and have to land on a small desert planet known as Tatooine that is run by the Hutts.
Yeah, and that's it's like the 8th or 9th racist caricature in the film, but they meet the little flying blue guy.
Yeah. I want to say Guado, but that can't be his name.
Watto?
Watto.
I'm gonna Google Watto and see. Oh yeah, it's definitely Watto. Yeah, it's Watto.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know, whatever he says.
No, do more. Actually, if you could, give me the rest in a Watto voice. Yeah. You know what? That should just be the segment now. An in-universe character summarizes the events of the movie in which they appeared. Yeah, so they meet. Yeah. It's a young Anakin Skywalker whose mom, Shmi, like from the other movie.
Yeah,
she's
that
a
sounds
pirate.
Right.
I don't know, something like that.
She eventually becomes first mate to Captain Hook.
Yeah, they're slaves.
They are slaves, yeah.
And it seems like the Jedi are kind of just fine with that.
Well, slavery is banned by the Republic, but that outer limit planet of Tatooine is not controlled by the Republic. So what are you going to do, I guess? Because Anakin does ask Qui-Gon over dinner, like, are you here to free the slaves? And he's like, no, I'm on a very important mission. Unfortunately, I'm not here to free slaves. And Anakin just goes, I bet you are.
Yeah. What a cool thing for the heroes of our movie to do.
Well, he also took his blood without his consent. He was like helping him with like a wound or something. And he's like, and he's like, that's what that's for. He's like, I'm just checking to see if there's any infections. And that's the whole midichlorian thing.
Yeah, you just wanted to see how magical the kid was. Yeah. I mean, I guess in that sense, it's good they're outside the legal jurisdiction of the Federation which they represent, because I don't think anywhere would be cool with, like, I'll just help myself to some of this kid's blood for tests he didn't consent to, and couldn't because he's not of age.
Yeah, I mean, the way Qui-Gon Jinn puts it, like, this kid would already be, like, tested and put in the Jedi Order at a much younger age, in the way, like, Yoda's like, he's too old or whatever. It makes me seem like that they just go around and be like, yep, a lot of midichlorians in this baby that was just born. I'd like you to say goodbye to it. It's going to live a life of celibacy and cannot love anything.
Yeah.
And we're going to train it.
But hey, but it will occasionally use violence to defend the beliefs of that order against the Sith. So that's cool, right?
Yeah. I mean, the Jedi at that point believe the Sith to be extinct. And so what they mean is they've murdered all the Sith that they found.
Yeah.
Seems like the world is going pretty A-okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I remember. So they land here and they need the engine, and the only way to get the engine is to race for it because they can't afford it, and they can't mind trick They can't mind trick Watto because he's immune to it.
Yeah, his race is immune to it. Yeah.
Why don't they just kill? Like, is he immune to lightsabers? I don't think he is.
I know. I know that there's so much droid violence, and I don't think the Jedi, other than Darth Maul, who attacks them first, I don't think they try to cut anybody down. Which is just we're in the middle of getting attacked. I don't know.
Oh man, her name is Shmi.
Yeah.
I just looked it up. It's really his mom's name.
George Lucas is really an amazing writer of our time. He's our generation's. I want to say Shakespeare. Did Shakespeare's stuff all happen in the same universe?
I don't think Shakespeare could have written Star Wars. I think George Lucas is better. It's definitely. Also, Luke's hand gets cut off, so that's kind of like a Captain Hook thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like we're not talking about those movies though.
Oh my God! Did George Lucas rip off whoever wrote Peter Pan?
Yeah, I don't know who wrote Peter Pan though.
I don't know either.
Feels like Disney. Did Disney write it? They've owned it for a long time. Maybe one of the people Disney owned wrote it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and if Disney owns it, I mean, basically they didn't pay anybody the rights.
Oh, of course not. Stories. Oh, God, no. Oh, no.
No. Nah, why would I do that?
Paying writers for their works, that hurts the bottom line, and the shareholders won't like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. You wrote this work? Did you spend $50 billion on computers that will make the skin look almost real, but not real in a way that hits the uncanny valley or looks like a real person? No. Then you don't get to have these rights. Yeah, so they escape off planet.
Whoa. I mean, I said don't give me too many details, but...
Yeah.
No.
We're already on Tatooine.
That's what I mean. They don't escape Tatooine, though. Anakin's making the robot, right?
Yeah, he's making C-3PO for his mom.
Out of, like, trash he finds?
Yeah, I mean, that's he built the pod racer the same way. Basically.
And why did, like, an 8-year-old build a pod racer?
Well, he's the only human that can pod race.
Why?
Because his senses are so quick.
But that doesn't explain why he's the only human.
Because pod racing, you got to have fast reflexes. It's dangerous, okay? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He's the only one that's ever done it. The only human that's ever done it.
Okay. Well, it's a big galaxy, so that doesn't sound right. But I guess on this planet...
Yeah. Maybe specifically on Tatooine.
Yeah. But, there are other humans on Tatooine, though.
That's true. Yeah. Qui-Gon Jinn makes a lot of bets with other people's stuff. It's pretty great. I'll bet you this thing that I don't have. But
I think he's probably relying on a little lightsaber diplomacy to carry him through if he does lose. Like,
yeah.
I'd make crazy bets like that too if I knew I could just kill with impunity with a fucking magical powers and jumping around and hitting people with my light sword.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm a Jedi of the Republic. So if you have a problem with this, we can get the Republic out here, but I don't think you want that.
Yeah, why did they send like Green Berets to a trade negotiation?
Yeah, they because it was it Senator Palpatine at the time? They said is that who sent it? Let's see. The Supreme Chancellor has secretly dispatched 2 Jedi Knights, guardians of peace and justice in the galaxy, to settle the conflict. Yeah, it's a little weird to send people who are just like trained fighters.
Yeah.
to be your negotiators.
Be a real shame if these negotiations fell through and we had to kill everyone on this ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the kid races in the thing.
Finally wins. Yeah, wins the race.
They get the engine. He brings the robots.
Yeah. In part of the bet, if Anakin won, he would get Anakin. If Anakin lost, he would give Watto the pod racer, I think. So he wins Anakin's freedom, leaves his mother behind. He seems real upset about it, being a real baby about it.
Well, he's a kid.
Yeah.
And these noble warriors won't free his mother from slavery because that's not the deal they made with the brutal alien overlord he's been forced to serve, I guess, since birth.
Yeah, because they could have easily just killed Watto and left with the mother as well.
Yeah. But, so this suits their designs, though, because they don't want him to have attachments.
That's true, yeah. They're like, well, you're not gonna have any emotion towards your mother soon anyway.
Yeah, we're going to take that away from you with space magic.
Yeah, they're like,
all right.
It seems sad now, but don't worry. You can't love anything.
Yeah, you won't feel sadness soon, so...
You'll have love for the Force. You'll be able to, instead of feeling love for your mother, you'll be able to feel everything in the galaxy with the Force on a cellular level. It's fantastic.
Yeah, sure. So that's the end of the movie, right? They get off planet?
No, once they get off Tatooine, they have to plead their case. And then the senator's like, nah, we need more information about this. And so they go back to Naboo, and then they get the Gungans to fight their war for them while they trick other people. And then they defeat the Trade Federation in Naboo, and that's where the movie ends. I mean, you get Yoda and Mace Windu going, yeah, you can't train this kid to be a Jedi. He's unstable. He's a lot of fear in him. He's too old. It's terrible. And Qui-Gon, then Darth Maul kills Qui-Gon, and then Obi-Wan splits Darth Maul in half.
Yeah.
And then Qui-Gon's dying wish is to have Obi-Wan train Anakin, and then so Obi-Wan then argues with Yoda, and you're just like, fine, I guess. Since this guy who was wrong wanted you to do it, and he died, yeah, sure. It was such a problem before, but yeah, I mean...
Well, when you use the Force to not have emotions, no one feels bad that this guy died, so then they're just like, well, all right, well, fine, we don't care.
Yeah, but I mean, other than the 25-minute pod race, most of the movie takes place on or orbiting Naboo. So I don't know why the sequels wouldn't be heavily about Naboo. I mean, a little bit with the Jedis, but mostly Naboo.
Disney style, we'll have to have like a Disney Plus show about the Gungans.
Yeah. At least Jar Jar Binks' family that he definitely has now that he's a war hero.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Call it Commander Binks or something, Maybe Coach Binks. Maybe he now coaches like a high school Gungan soccer team or something.
Oh. I thought you were going to say he just regularly visits a bar in the Gungan city. And there's like some colorful characters there. They have conversations.
Yeah.
But it's all like Jar Jar Binks talk. They all talk like him. Mm-hmm. So that's like, we want to be.
Yeah, it's that's the accent of their people.
Yeah.
Their natural language, it sounds beautiful, but their broken English is hard,
Mm-hmm. One of many aliens that speak in broken English. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, Jar Jar Binks, he's going to be quite a beloved character, I think, I mean, he's a really center plot, comedic relief.
Oh, yeah. Think of the toys we can sell, too. Kids are going to love him.
People are going to love Jar Jar Binks. Since Michael Jackson wanted to play Jar Jar Binks so hard, do you think we get him involved as a Gungan in the show?
I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, I can think of a couple pretty good reasons, like Michael Jackson's dead.
Yeah.
So that's
I'm
going
just
to be
thinking like,
tough. But I guess
of the time.
CGI, with CGI
That's
and
true.
also of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, we probably have a lot of Michael Jackson's words recorded, and so I think nowadays you can really make his hologram say anything.
Yeah. What a nightmare.
Yeah. What about what other characters from Naboo would I mean, Queen Amidala, she was so young. I mean, maybe there's like a The Crown type series.
I don't know what that's about.
Crown is a dramatization show about the British crown, like Queen Elizabeth and everything. They jump like years, from my understanding, in her life where things happen.
That sounds terrible, but I'm sure we could make a show about it.
I mean, we're definitely going to have a movie around Obi-Wan Kenobi training Anakin Skywalker. I mean, first we're going to have Obi-Wan Kenobi go through what they were calling the trials to become a Jedi Knight, right? Because he hadn't passed the trials yet. Maybe the trials is watching your master get killed. But
No, I think the trials is killing a Sith. It's not. It can't be anything real peaceful. It's got to be the murder of an opposed theology. Got to just find one of those people and kill them.
Yeah, that's why there hadn't been many new Jedi Knights since they assumed the Sith were extinct. But now they killed one. He's in, and now they know there's other ones. So all these Jedi Knights that have Padawan learners are out searching the galaxy for him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. We could do like a Dog the Bounty Hunter series. It's like a Jedi Knight and a couple Padawans, and they go out and find Sith and kill them.
Yeah.
It's shot like a reality show.
Now, is it just like an apprenticeship where you just follow the Jedi Knight around, or there's got to be classes, right? I mean, I know we saw in the other ones that there were, Yoda was teaching a class.
Yeah, you just like have the kids stand around with helmets on, feeling the Force, I guess.
Yeah. And then poning on people who ask simple questions about planets. We saw Coruscant, or whatever it is, in this movie. The city that takes up an entire planet, or a planet that's a city. I mean, there's got to be some stories in there, right?
I guess
that's where the Galactic Senate meets.
Yeah, it sounds like a good place for the Crown type situation.
I mean, we could have like a West Wing style drama in there, right?
Or like a Coruscant legal.
Yeah.
The Star Trek guy to star in it.
Yeah.
William Shatner.
We could also have The Wire type show, right?
Oh, definitely. Anything based in a city. Yeah. We could definitely do that.
Friends.
Friends, yeah. Ross is a Hutt. What are some other names of people in the Friends show?
Monica, Rachel,
And
Phoebe.
but please map them to Star Wars races now.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Jeff, which of the Friends do you think would be Watto?
Well, you already used Ross as a Hutt.
Yeah,
so
Ross is a Hutt, definitely. I've never seen Friends and don't care to learn more, but
I guess Chandler would be Watto.
Chandler's the Watto. Mm-hmm. Joey had his own spin-off, so he's got to be like a...
He'd be Jar Jar, for sure.
Really? I was going to say Joey would be like a Chewbacca.
Oh, okay,
Wookiee.
okay.
He'd be a Wookiee, right? He's like big and dumb.
Yeah, I suppose. Maybe Phoebe would be C-3PO.
A little boy built her. Is that canon for Friends? Yeah. A little boy constructed her out of junk.
Yeah. Anakin can be the guy that's obsessed with Rachel at the Gunther at the Central Perk.
That's too deep a cut for someone who asked you the names of the main characters on the show, Jeff. So I hope that resonates with Friends fans.
Yeah. Marcel the
fans
monkey.
Of Friends.
Marcel the monkey could be R2D2. The fat naked neighbor could be Bib Fortuna. Am I getting enough Star Wars characters?
You're just having fun here now. You're just having a little fun. This is a little fun for Jeff time, huh?
Yeah.
Just a little Jeff fun corner. Do they have in Friends, do they have like a landlord? Was it like a mean landlord who came around and
I don't remember any episodes.
No, I'm thinking of Three's Company.
Landlord.
Yeah, I think of Three's Company.
Yeah, Mr. Furley or the one before Mr. Furley.
Oh, I don't know their names, but definitely that would be like the Palpatine type.
Yeah.
What if we just really crunched it down and had like Palpatine owns this building and all the characters are tenants in it, and it's just kind of their day to day.
Yeah. Just what would that look like, you know?
Jeff, what Star Wars races do you think the characters of Seinfeld would be? I don't know why this is so funny to me.
Well, Jerry and George would be Watto's race, right?
Oh, definitely, yeah. That's
okay.
That I don't know. Wait, was that racist? Or is that anti-Semitic? It feels like anti-Semitic.
It's anti-Semitic, right? Because that character is like Jewish stereotype.
For is he?
Whatever reason. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's almost as bad as the bankers in Harry Potter being whatever the fuck those things are supposed to be.
The goblins. Yeah. That was a nightmare. That was like that. Watching any scene like that triggers my fight or flight response. That's how bad those scenes are. No, we just have to go get your money from the bank. And here are all the bankers with their big noses, clutching to their wealth, and they wield all the secret power in our world. It's like, oh, whoa, no.
It's definitely not a job you can apply for and be of any magical race. It's a specific race that loves money, big noses.
It was so, oh man.
And then they didn't cancel J.K. Rowling for like a decade after that.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was cool. That was cool. That's culturally appropriate.
Yeah.
Anti-Semitism. Okay. Everyone was just chill with it.
Everyone just saw that scene and was like, "Yeah, that makes sense to me."
No, yeah, definitely, of course.
Oh, gross. I guess Elaine would be from Naboo. I don't know.
Are those the only Star Wars races you know? It sounds kind of...
Alderaan.
Alderaan, yeah. Those are just people, though, right?
Yeah. Kramer could be a Gungan. I don't know.
Spot on.
I think the Hutt is a family name, so I don't even know what alien Jabba is.
He's Jabba the Hutt. They're Hutts.
I thought Hutts were like a family name, like a crime family name.
I'm going to search on a website right now called Wikipedia, and we're going to find out together, because I don't know. Okay. Hutts were a large slug-like sentient species. That's the name of the species.
Mm-mm. Are you telling me that... Oh, no. Come on.
Excuse me, Someone they were native... They were native to the planet Nal Hutta.
No. I'm sorry. This isn't canon. Come on.
Wikipedia is definitely canon. They track canon sources.
I'm sorry. So it's like, we'd say Chewbacca the Wookiee.
Yeah.
If he was a gangster.
Well, no.
Jar Jar the Gungan.
Well, it sounds like the Gungans have surnames. He's Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
But
I'm sorry.
Maybe
if that's his species, there's not a lot of other species that look like the Hutts. You could just call him Jabba, and you'd be like, Oh, that's a Hutt species. It's a crime family name. It's not a species. Can anyone edit Wikipedia?
It kind of looks like it, but I bet.
Okay, because I am going to go on a rant.
This is
tonight on Wikipedia.
This
under
is probably
under the Hutts.
Strictly controlled by nerds like me, but they care about Star Wars, where I care about wizards. Where
they're not gonna see it for days.
No, so the Hutt Clan crime syndicate is is a thing. The Hutt Clan, also
all Hutts
known
are
as
gangsters.
No, the Hutt Clan, also known as the Hutt Cartel, and sometimes simply as the Hutts, was one of the most powerful crime families in the galaxy around the time of the Clone Wars. So, yeah. It's the name of the species, and apparently the name of the gang, and the name of the 5 Hutt families.
That's like if...
Why is this article so long? Where did they get all this? How much do we know about Hutts, and why?
A lot, apparently. That would be like Al Capone's gang being the Italians. Oh, that's Al. That's Al the Italian. He's part of the Italian family.
But didn't gangsters, like, I'm Jimmy Triggerfinger. Yeah,
right.
See?
But instead of that, they would all be the Italian.
That's pretty funny, though. Yeah, it is like that, and that's pretty funny.
That's like instead of the Yakuza, it would be like the the Japanese.
Yeah,
it's I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it.
But you got to think this is a galaxy.
Yeah, and this was a long time ago. So
you gotta think about the time too. That's a great point. I was gonna say there's a lot of like species, so you want to distinguish, right?
Yeah.
So why not just like person's name, the thing that they are? What's wrong with that?
I guess it just makes it worse for me. I feel like now this is what ruined Star Wars for me. This is it.
This is it, and not the many overt representations of... Okay. All right.
Yeah. This is... It's terrible.
Whoa, Hutts could live for centuries. Jabba was 604 years old when he was killed.
Wow. That really makes it less impressive that Princess Leia was able to strangle him to death.
Yeah, no wonder. He was fucking geriatric. What?
Yeah.
Killed an old man.
They look more humanoid when they're in their 20s and 30s, you know? He really let himself go. Dang.
I'm learning a lot reading this Wikipedia article, and I know that the podcast is suffering, but I don't really care. I'm fascinated that we know so much about the Hutts. Here's a picture. But the caption says Zero the Hutt brought before the Grand Hutt Council, and it's just a hut in front of a council that someone drew up, and I don't know why. I don't know why this guy's important, but he's important that someone made art of him in front of the Hutt Council.
What if you found out that every other Hutt wears clothes except for Jabba? Like, the other ones are all dressed up.
Hey, Jeff, here's the crazy thing. This dude's wearing clothes. I don't know. I mean, it looks like clothes. Maybe he's just tattooed. Oh, now that I look, he looks like it's body paint.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he's got an OnlyFans, and the council is like, you're shaming us.
Is he selling Hutt bathwater?
I'd buy it. One of the Hutts he's talking to is smoking a pipe as well.
Wow.
This is Oh, here we go. The Republic. No, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is a Hutt fan cast now. The Republic Senator Padme Amidala also foiled a plot by Jabba's uncle Zero to overthrow his nephew with the collusion of the Confederacy of Independent Systems. What?
Wow. I gotta watch the Clone Wars.
What? Is that where... Let me check the citation to see if that's where it's from. It's the Clone Wars film.
I thought it was just a cartoon series.
No, it's the cartoon movie.
Oh, shit.
It also got a movie.
Okay. I mean, if it's all about the Hutts, I think I'm in. I don't know.
I don't want to spoil anything for you, but later in the war, the renegade Sith Lord Maul approached the Grand Hutt Council on the planet of Nal Hutta to offer them a place in his Shadow Collective. Oh, man.
I mean, yeah.
And instead of this shit, they decided to make a movie about young Han Solo, where we learn how he is named Han Solo.
I don't have any family. Solo.
Then you are Han the Hutt.
That was the most relatable scene though. Like a bureaucrat, just like someone's like in the middle of something trying to get away, and you're just like, whatever, Solo, get lost, get fucking lost. I need to stare off into space until my fucking job's over.
Honestly, I wish that was more of the side of the Empire we get to see instead of everyone being like cartoonishly evil. Yeah. It's just like people bored. It's just like detached bureaucrats, who are just like they're caught in a system and they just don't care. So they just let shit happen.
Here are my lucky dice. Hold on to them. I don't know.
Okay, I'm sorry. We go way off topic. No, it's not.
But yeah, we have a whole well of Hutt stuff to pull from for movies. I mean,
yeah, a whole planet, Nal Hutta.
You think it was destroyed like Mandalore?
Where Hutts can be dragged before the Hutt Council.
You think
what a stupid universe. So stupid. Jabba, you've come before the Hutt Council for crimes against Hutt humanity? How could you? Alright, so we do a legal procedure where a Hutt is dragged before the Hutt Council and has to answer for his crimes.
For a crime he didn't commit.
Yeah, he's being framed by a Sith Lord. Oh, man. I have to get away from Wikipedia. I'm gonna fucking...
I don't know. I was just going to ask if there's a whole backstory with Watto's.
I'll go right back in, Jeff. I don't... I'm giving myself an aneurysm trying not to laugh. All right, what do we need to... I'm at Watto's Wikipedia page. What do we need to know?
What's his race called? I mean, do they have a planet?
Okay, here we are. Let's see. He's a Toydarian.
Ooh.
Let me go ahead and click on that to find out what they are. They're a sentient winged species from the planet Toydaria. So let's see. In addition to their ability to fly, Toydarians were physically defined by their long snouts, wink wink, and webbed feet. Could resist mental manipulation from the Force. During the Clone Wars, they were ruled by King Katunko? I don't know how to pronounce most of the bullshit, sci-fi names, but they were neutral during the Clone Wars before they eventually sided with the Galactic Republic, so probably some of them had to give up slaves.
Dang.
So yeah, their planet's called Toydaria. I'm not seeing if there's a council that they can be dragged in front of for crimes against their race.
No other famous Toydarians?
I'm not seeing any.
Wow.
Walisi was a Toydarian merchant during the Imperial era. However, Walisi went on to be kidnapped by Wrecker, who himself was a Toydarian. All right, so we got two. Unlike Walisi, Wrecker was a mercenary leader, having been hired by the surviving Night Sister Jersera to kidnap Walisi and steal the Tragic Hope, an artifact that contained Nardithi Night Sister's Nardithi cluster, before the merchant could sell. There's a lot of links in here too.
Holy
so this rabbit hole goes. I think the rest of the year might be let's just fucking surf Wikipedia. And Zabaka, a female Toydarian, owned a toy shop in Blackspire Outpost on Batu.
Batu, okay.
Oh, you're curious. Let's see. Batu was a remote terrestrial planet on the edge of the galaxy's outer rim territories, Jeff.
Okay.
It's in the Batu system of the Trilon sector.
Oh, right. Right.
I think George Lucas was a demon sent by the devil to create these masterwork torture pieces on the internet.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. How did he do it? How did he think of so much?
I mean, I think he just didn't, and then other people ran with it, like D-list sci-fi writers. They got wings and webbed feet and long noses. Yeah, long noses. Hey, if I just Google Watto, there's an article here from jewishcurrents.org titled "If You Prick Watto, Does He Not Bleed?" So let's go ahead and see what this has to say, I guess.
I would assume he does. I mean, I assume most Star Wars characters have blood, but...
Well, not the droids, unless something's terribly wrong.
Yeah, there wasn't even, like, oil in C-3PO, because they tore him apart. And, like, how do those parts move around without oil?
Some nonsense space bullshit, I'm guessing.
Well, actually, the metal and circuitry that they're made out of is naturally lubricant. It doesn't actually... there's not a lot of friction between those metals. That's why they're able to have cybernetic hands so easily.
Don't even tempt me to look up C-3PO on Wikipedia. We might have to save that for the next ep, okay?
Yeah. I think we're going... the middle segment is going to be deep dives on specific Star Wars characters.
You're finding out whether their joints are lubed.
Yeah, somebody with a 3-page article with several links explaining why a character is not dumb.
Yeah, and how cool they are.
Yeah. Damn.
So here's how one of the paragraphs starts in this article on If You Prick Watto, Does He Not Bleed? The Phantom Menace was a real missed opportunity, not only to launch a provocative critique of antebellum galactic political economy, yikes, but to give a nuanced portrayal of a stigmatized provincial merchant just trying to get by in a corrupt system he didn't create and can't control. Okay, so this guy's a Watto apologist.
Yeah. Actually, it shows the struggles of the Jewish people, and they're caught up. It's actually not a offensive caricature at all. It uses that as a way, as a kind of a mirror to society.
Whoa, that doesn't seem that far. That doesn't seem that far from the truth, Jeff. I think you just peeled back this guy's soul.
Yeah. I think he and I would be friends.
I think you guys would be friends. Let's. The Attack of the Clones, a fully grown Anakin returns to Tatooine in search of his mother. There he finds an older, kinder Watto who appears happy to see the former slave. What do we make of this Watto? Perhaps he is genuinely pleased to see his former slaves go on to live better lives. Although there is no excusing his past, this is a Watto who seems less a villain and more a representative figure of a society where survival comes at a moral cost. He may not be quite Shakespearean, but the forlorn Watto Star Wars leaves us with is enough to make this Jew feel a pang of empathy for a fellow rootless cosmopolitan in a galaxy far, far away. Watto apologist. Yeah.
Yeah. He loved Star Wars so much as a kid that he's doing anything to rationalize the sheer betrayal George Lucas had by making Jewish caricatures in his movies. It's fine. He can like that movie. He can like Watto.
I have to.
He's got to live his life.
I gotta close out Wikipedia. It's getting too funny.
Too much.
I'm gonna hurt myself. That was amazing.
Yeah, so I guess we have to make an old Watto series, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know. Are there even TV shows that are like focused on Jewish culture?
I want to say no. I mean, Seinfeld, but that's not on anymore.
Yeah, I don't know that Seinfeld focused on Jewish culture.
I know. I mean, yeah, I definitely think they're underrepresented in movies and films and TV.
Well, we're going to give the author of that article a great one when he gets to watch Watto buy and sell slaves.
It's part of a corrupt system, Sean, okay?
Yeah, I know. It's
What's
survival in this galaxy comes at a moral cost, I guess.
What's he going to do? Not run a junk shop with slaves? What about his competition? They have slaves. They're going to outshop him in those parts. Those parts by himself? What is he going to have? Going to have droids do it? No, you need a human slave.
I don't want to spoil things for you, but having skimmed Watto's Wikipedia entry, there is a bit about what happens after he loses Anakin in that bet and then sells Shmi, and he has to take on all the work himself. I don't want to get into it. This isn't the Watto show, although pretty much it is now. in a universe, Sean, where there are droids, and we can get into the whole thing about whether they have souls or just consciousness, their own thoughts, because they have those things in them that make them compliant that you'd remove in another movie. But in a world where there are droids, it's called a restraining bolt. Please continue.
Restraining bolt. In a world where there are droids, where an 8-year-old can build one out of spare parts, where there are droids that you have to hit with a nose that are in his shop that fix and work on pod racers. The fact that he has to own a being, a humanoid or otherwise, as a slave in this universe is almost unforgivable.
Well, maybe, because I was going to say, maybe the Hutts have strict laws about owning robots. Like, they recognize the sentience and sapience of robots, but not humans. They're like, oh, yeah, you can definitely own a human as a slave. Because that's, when you talk about aliens, that's the kind of things you could get into. Of course, Star Wars doesn't, because that's not really what it's designed to do. But
do we see any slaves that aren't humanoid? I don't think so.
I'm sure we do. I don't think the show really focuses on any of it, though. Any of the movies. You're going to have to watch the Clone Wars, I guess.
I don't want to.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to, so.
All right. Well.
I don't know what we did there, but it's done. We did it.
It's done.
What's the next part?
The next part, we got rid of candy, so we're trying to figure out what else to do. And this is so last minute. I thought, what if we did a segment on vegetables? Okay. And so I want to learn more about a vegetable and see if it makes me want to eat it again. Because I'm not going to eat any vegetables that I can think of.
Well, yeah, because you and I once went shopping specifically for vegetables.
Yeah.
To cook them and see if you would eat them, and you didn't really like any of them except I think parsnips.
Yeah, everything we got was gross.
That's not true, but
learning more about broccoli make me want to eat it, because I know it smells and tastes like a fart and is slimy, but is it good?
Yeah, broccoli is very good. I guess if you were just looking for an answer to that question real quick. Sure, we can look at a vegetable.
Okay.
Do you want to look at broccoli?
Let's look at broccoli, okay? Now broccoli is not natural from what I'm remembering. Is that right?
I don't know.
Now this could be lies that I've been told, but I'm pretty sure it was engineered between like cauliflower and something else.
That's a lot of plants are like they didn't just sprout from the ground as themselves. Like there's a lot of adaptation and changing. And you saying this one is like a specific humans made it?
Yeah, I think somebody specifically bred it, but I don't know.
Okay.
And the breeding of
it's got its origins in primitive cultivars grown in the Roman Empire and was most likely improved via artificial selection.
Okay, so it was like a thing, and then they just like kept making it out of the good stuff.
Yeah, it looks like they
not planting things that look kind of gross.
Yeah,
Okay.
like it was selected for whatever reasons, looks or taste, and then they tried crossbreeding it with stuff to try to improve those things. None of this is going to tell you about the taste, though.
Well, I know what it tastes like. It tastes like a fucking wet fart.
It doesn't taste like no. Broccoli goes with like everything. It's so good.
It's disgusting.
It's so good.
The perceived bitterness of vegetables such as broccoli varies from person to person. The functional underpinnings of this variant are not known. So maybe I just maybe I have special taste buds.
Yeah, that's pretty convenient, isn't
gross.
it? It's a pretty convenient reason for you not liking it. Yeah.
Some research reports that the gene TAS2R38 may be responsible for the bitter taste perception in broccoli. Yeah, so I mean, could just be me. My extra sensitive palate, you know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know though. I'm not convinced. Broccoli is. Let's see. Oh, it has a reputation as a superfood, thing that doesn't really exist. So cool. But they're low in calories.
This food,
high
super.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna follow this link. It says, "Why is broccoli not good for you?"
Yeah.
In general, broccoli is safe to eat, and any side effects are not serious. I mean, the most common side effect is gas or bowel irritation. Because there are high amounts of fiber. Do you find that true? Do you get gassy if you eat broccoli?
Not really, but I've eaten broccoli pretty consistently for a long time, so I might just be adapted to it now.
How do you usually prepare and eat broccoli?
So I get like frozen broccoli a lot of the times. So I just put it in a pot with some water and boil it up.
Frozen broccoli is already like cut up in like florets or something.
Yeah, I get the broccoli florets. I don't really like the stems and stuff.
Okay.
So that's fine. But if I get just like a head of broccoli, you can just like chop it up pretty quick. And then do like a little oil, salt, and pepper, or maybe add some garlic in and roast it if you'd like.
All right. Okay. I'm not a fan of garlic, but...
Oh my god.
So the
garlic is amazing. How do you not eat garlic?
It's disgusting.
Oh my god. You're such easy prey for vampires.
I know. I don't like any taste to linger in my mouth. I like to eat it and it be done with. It's over. You know what I mean? I don't really
I guess.
taste garlic. I don't like spicy stuff for the same reason. I don't need my tongue to feel the sensation of the spice after I've eaten the food. It's over. You gave it all you could. Why is there shit? It feels like there's residue on my tongue. I can't do it. You don't like the stems, so you just eat the top branches of the broccoli.
Yeah.
Okay.
Generally. I mean, sometimes, especially during the pandemic, they didn't always have the frozen bags of the broccoli florets. So I just get the chopped broccoli or whatever that sometimes had stems. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Can you eat it raw? I mean, that's how I like carrots. I don't know if I've ever eaten broccoli raw.
You can. It's not my favorite way to eat it because it's very chewy. Got to really spend some time with it. But yeah, you can.
I find any amount of cooking to broccoli makes it very slimy.
That super sounds like you're doing it wrong.
I guess if I was roasting it, like you were saying, it wouldn't get slimy.
Yeah, I hope it wouldn't. If it does, there's something else that's wrong.
And do you agree that it smells disgusting?
No, I think it smells good.
I think there might be something wrong with you if you think it smells good.
I actually think there's something wrong with you if the way you make broccoli always makes it slimy and stink like farts. That sounds like something you're doing to the broccoli.
don't think so. I haven't cooked broccoli a lot. I've eaten broccoli on very rare occasions, and it's never a pleasant experience. Is it something you have to get used to? Like a lot of things, people are like, you'll love it. You just have to like not like it for like a month, and then it's like amazing.
I don't think so. I'm not usually down with that stuff either. Like, just keep punishing yourself for a long time, and you'll adapt. Yeah,
your body will begin to associate that with something good.
Yeah, I'm not into it.
Okay. But it keeps mentioning that it's bitter. Do you find it bitter?
No. I don't know what they mean by bitter. I think raw, it can be a little bitter if you're just biting into it. But, like, I don't know. It's not. It just tastes like broccoli.
Because I've eaten rhubarb raw, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of a bitter, sour thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, but that's also...
I mean, it's almost like plant candy, though. So it's like...
I was going to say, it's also kind of sweet, even though it's a little bitter, right?
Yeah. I thought Wikipedia would have a lot more about broccoli, but... They don't.
Yeah.
They're cool weather crops that do poorly in hot summer weather. So you think global warming would hurt the broccoli?
Yeah, and I empathize. I also am a cold weather person who does not do well in the heat.
One of the common parasites to them are cabbage worms.
So, well, that's why you cook it generally. That's one of the... there's not many things that I'll eat raw where animals could hide inside them. So
that's probably smart,
Thanks. I thought so.
Broccoli is just from Italy. I did not know that, but I guess, is broccoli an Italian word?
That's a great question. I also don't know. Try saying it with an Italian accent right now.
A broccoli. Is that an Italian accent?
It's offensive.
I didn't realize it was a part of the cabbage family, but that makes sense. From Italian, plural of broccolo, or cabbage sprout head. Okay, yeah. So it's an Italian word.
Yeah. Does that make you want to eat it more, though?
I mean, if it's more European, I guess.
It's fancier. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. I don't feel cool eating it. No, you know what? Is learning about vegetables not going to want to make me eat a vegetable? Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? I don't know what would make you want to eat vegetables, Jeff.
Yeah.
I tried. I did what I could.
Yeah. Like a lot of people love broccoli.
It's good.
It's a very popular vegetable.
You ever eat kale?
Yeah, I eat kale. I'll eat the shit out of kale.
Kale's pretty good.
Yeah, the fact that it's hard to chew doesn't bother me. The fact that it's slightly bitter doesn't bother me.
All right.
I had a salad that was just kale and like croutons. It was a kale Caesar salad.
Have you ever had like kale chips? Like you take the kale and some oil and salt and pepper on it?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Kale's good. I'm a fan of kale, I think.
All right.
I'll eat spinach for sure. I'll eat a pea.
I bet you'll eat a pea.
I remember liking lima beans, but haven't had a chance to eat a lima bean in over a decade. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, how could you get a chance to eat a lima bean? I mean,
I'd have to go find them, make them.
Yeah, a grocery store. I mean,
not a lot of places are putting lima beans on the menu. But
but the grocery store, you can just go buy them.
You're not making a lot of sense. They don't put them. They don't put them next to the ice cream or potato chips, so I never find them.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a whole section that's like just vegetables with some fruits for color. You should check that section out. It's pretty.
Give it a shot.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you don't even recognize that broccoli smells like a fart is somewhat offensive to me.
It doesn't smell like a fart. It's so weird that you think it smells like a fart.
I'm going to have to Google this. Why does my broccoli smell like a fart? Okay.
So find out what that guy likes to eat for vegetables. And you'll have someone who's kind of on your wavelength.
They have high contents of sulfuric compounds like hydrogen sulfides as compared to other vegetables. Hydrogen sulfide is the same gas compound that gives flatulence its signature unpleasant odor. Is broccoli bad if it smells like a fart? But broccoli is also high in sulfuric compounds, which, yeah. It's got the same stuff that makes farts smell bad in it, so.
All right.
Maybe, Sean, have you ever thought maybe you like the smell of farts?
That could be it. I just love eating up farts. Love boiling them up. I mean, maybe, have you ever thought that your process of sniffing up your own farts before other people could smell them made you more sensitive to the smell of farts?
I refuse to talk about that on this podcast unless I get my entire theory out, which we don't have time for right now.
You'll have to cut this out then. You'll have to fucking edit this out.
I refuse to edit.
No. Well, sniff it up.
A related search to my search is, why do we fart before we poop? So a lot of smart people...
Oh, yeah, a lot of smart people. Yeah, a lot of real
Googling this
fucking...
question.
Yeah, a lot of real fucking brainiacs doing deep dives on fart smells. A bunch of fart scientists out here. This has been the Heads Up Podcast with Jeff and Sean.
Jeff.
I'm Sean. I don't know. I don't know what the other thing is. Yeah. Oh, we're popping off.
Toodles. It's definitely not a job you can apply for and be of any magical race. It's a specific race that loves money, big noses.
It was so. Oh man.
And then they didn't cancel J.K. Rowling for like a decade after that.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was cool. That was cool.